Nah, it wasn't at all. It looks like damage control, like
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
The first video, I guess, wasn't enough. You see all the memes of them holding hands and all of that. And like it's like damn. And then people are rolling back all these clips of him in the car. All these, oh y'all shouldn't cheat. Y'all shouldn't. My problem is the hypocrisy. Like this guy made a whole platform off of talking shit about black men, and he's doing the same shit. He was
Wait,
like
hold
practicing
on.
some things.
See, that's what I want to touch on. So, how do you feel about the whole situation? Obviously, you feel like he's a hypocrite. Do you feel like we should cancel him? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't do cancel culture. That's just me. Black women. I mean, his core fan base is like I said. I don't know if you was a fan.
I love Derrick.
Okay, you are a fan. Okay, so this is why this video's dope because you a fan. So were you disappointed and brokenhearted and shattered?
I wasn't surprised. Um, and to say that I'm brokenhearted and shattered, no. And I guess it's a little bit different for me because do you go to church?
Not really.
Okay. But when people go to church, right, they expect their pastors to be like these extremely holy people, right? But pastors sin, right? And so I struggled a long time with my faith because it was very difficult for me to sit down and listen to a pastor knowing that he might have had a past or he's currently not really doing the right things until someone sat me down and it was like, you have to use discernment and realize that everyone is a sinner. No one in life is not a sinner. Just because this man is up there preaching the word, he's still a human being and he's still going to sin. So I feel like if we can give pastors that same exact pass, then I feel like Derrick deserves that as well too. Now, is what he did right? No, it's wrong. But was the information that he given valid? Yes, it was. So for me, it's like I can separate the man from the art. His art, his work was powerful. It meant something. It was valid and it worked. The man itself might be trash, but the work isn't. So for me, it's like I I don't want to cancel him. I will continue to support him because I feel like hypocrites do give the best advice. I feel like what he was saying was
Oh, hold on. Go
valid.
back to that. Go back to that. Go back
Yes.
to that because that's deeper.
Yes.
Go. I like that you just said this now. Like that's different. Say, explain that for a minute. Hypocrites give the best
Hypocrites
advice.
give the best advice. The
All right.
best advice I've ever gotten in life was all just from hypocrites. People that are able to give you advice and tell you what to do and not to do, although they can't follow it themselves. I feel like we've all been in a position like that.
Oh yeah.
So why are basically this hypocrite was just telling all the secrets? Why do we want to cancel this man? As a
I
black
mean,
woman, like why would I want to cancel the guy who's putting me on?
so like, what was his books like? Okay, he wrote a bunch. You read his books? Were
Yeah,
you
well, I didn't read his books, but I did follow his channel like religiously.
okay? Because I mean, I
Um,
know he put out a lot of books. Like, what were his? What was his? His books about?
yeah,
I know
so
you're.
his books were about empowering women in relationships, knowing when a man is interested in you and when he's not.
Okay.
So that is pretty much like what most of his videos were about. He talked a lot about other men cheating and
Yeah.
being faithful and stuff like that. you
The whole
know
time he's going based off what he's doing, and I guess he feels like if
exactly.
I'm doing this, y'all are doing it too. Let me basically just flip the game like on these women and
He's an
tell them,
actor.
how. Yeah, yeah, and he's basically like psychologically he just flipped it. He's basically just telling it what it is. You could look at it and say, Kevin Samuels.
Yes, I do.
What do you? It's like people are making it like, okay, he's the opposite of Kevin Samuels. Do you agree with that, or is it like people are making it seem like Kevin Samuels dogs black women? I don't see it that way.
I
Do
don't
you
see it
see it
that
that way?
I don't know. I feel like I'm not always for his approach, but I feel like the information that he gives is valid. Again, like I feel like sometimes
Mm,
people don't know how to separate the person from the information that they're actually
yeah,
given. They
I
try to
think the
tie it
approach
into
is
one.
the entertainment, but his approach is the entertainment perspective. It's
Yeah.
YouTube. You got to get views. People like funny. He's got a good sense of humor, so of course he's going to compare big girls to linebackers.
I'm dead.
Football player. Yeah,
What I don't
that's the
understand is that
comedy.
these women know that this is how he is, and yet they still go into his
Yeah,
platform,
and that's the thing.
So
If it's so disrespectful to black women, then why are 90% of his callers black women? He's not
exactly,
telling these girls to. I don't think he's making these girls call. Like it's a hotline or whatever. Like he's a life coach. But
exactly,
all I've seen is Kevin Samuels. I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with him. But like,
at all.
we focusing on Derrick, but they was just bringing that
Kevin
up,
doesn't
and I'm
even
like,
really talk about cheating and stuff like that
no,
much. He's more so of like making people be aware of themselves and where they stand and what their possibilities are, just being realistic about your possibilities, where Derrick more so focuses on like relationship building, bringing people together, making women wiser, and realizing when a guy is really into you and when he's not. And I'm not gonna lie, like I love the information that he gave. Like it has helped me tremendously, you know.
so it helps you like understand men more. Like, was it better than them Steve Harvey books?
I don't like Steve Harvey like that. So I didn't I didn't really
Man, you
go.
gotta watch Godfrey's impression of Steve Harvey too if you haven't watched it. That
Godfrey's
shit.
hilarious. I do.
He should have been in Coming to America, but we talked about that another time. But
Yeah.
yeah. So like, how do you feel about these like all these women that are like hurt? They're dragging them through the mud on YouTube,
I
social media.
understand both sides because it's like a celebrity, right? When you have a celebrity and you love them so much and then they just do something completely out of the ordinary that you just don't agree, that doesn't go with your values. So now you're just like kind of upset with that person. So I feel like it is valid because you were really out here pretending. It's not like he was saying like I'm a cheater, watch out, here's what not to do.
Yeah,
Like he's like I'm a faithful man, and if he's cheating on you, and he was like kind of. So I understand why people are butthurt, um but I don't necessarily think we should cancel him because it's just kind of like he's still giving
yeah.
us really good
I,
information,
I,
like
I compared it to Bill Cosby. Like he portrayed this perfect image for so long.
yeah,
He didn't even curse. He didn't drink, or at least in public, he didn't drink. He didn't smoke. All he did was
yes,
eat Jello and raise his family. And then when people found out, they had a hard time accepting. Maybe he even admitted he was giving girls quaaludes and stuff. He admitted to a lot of this stuff. Like people have a hard time believing it because he portrayed this squeaky clean image. I'm like, and no one that's that squeaky clean is that's all a front. There's nobody that's like you said, the sinners, everyone's a sinner. Nobody's that unless you're a nun or something, and even most of them have a crazy past. I just
exactly.
think people have to I don't that's like the Kurt Franklin thing. Oh, how dare he curse his
That was
son.
just so
Because why? Because
ridiculous. He's
he's a gospel
grown.
singer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because he's a gospel singer.
exactly. I feel like people
I'm
see
like,
Christians and they don't realize that these people are human. No man is
yeah,
without sin ever,
yeah,
so I don't know. I feel like it's just weird that we glorify when rappers and singers, talk down and bash women. And then you have this man who's been uplifting and glorifying women this entire time, and he happens to do one person dirty. And now everyone's like so upset as if we know her personally. We really don't even know like what the dynamics of their relationship was.
yeah.
Who knows? She was probably cheating too. You know what I'm saying? So
Could have
it's
been.
like we don't know
We
that
didn't
side
know
of
who
it.
she was. He never said he was married. But
Exactly.
she now in the first video they did, the damage control video, she didn't look that bothered. And then points people pointed out, I was like, okay, some of it she looked a little hurt. But I'm like, she still don't look as bothered as most women that are, right now. Everybody else is upset. She's like, and she's like,
Exactly.
God forgive it. She's using all this Christian. And I will say, no disrespect to anybody's religion, but so like Mace said in the interview, some of the most sinful people on earth go to church. Like
100%.
Ku Klux Klanmen were Christians.
Exact. And
Like
that's why my whole mindset about this situation has really changed. Like when you walk into the church and you see the type of people that are there, like it really just opens your mind to realize like nobody is perfect, right? And like who are we to like judge these people? Now, as far as the videos and watching her, I did see some moments where she was kind of like, like agreeing with some of the things that he was saying and kind of like like disagreeing with some of the stuff and kind of say like, he should have known better, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But think about it. She's, first of all, that she knew about this, right? It's not like she's just now finding out about all these other women. This man makes over six figures a month. Okay.
You believe that though? Really? I mean, not that I'm in somebody's, but is it legit? That's
Yes,
crazy.
it's legit.
My
Yeah.
skin is itching.
Yeah, he has
Damn.
multiple books. He was doing like personal classes. He was doing public speaking. Like, yeah, I believe he was making that money for sure.
Yeah, he was on the road all the time. And some girl
Yeah.
told me, "Oh, your commentary's trash. You're just giving him a pass to cheat." I'm like, "Oh, you have to understand." And I'm not giving nobody a pass, but it's like, you remember Steph Curry's wife, Aisha, and she was saying she don't feel wanted and stuff like that. But when
Yeah.
you're dating a athlete or someone of a celebrity status like this guy, all of his fans are females. He's on the road promoting books. You don't think in the back of your mind is, she probably knew.
Of
She
course
had
she
to know.
knows. And there's no way this is something that has just started now. They've been together for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably something that has been progressing from the beginning of their relationship. And this is something that she has accepted. And who are we to judge her for what she's okay with? You
Yeah.
know? On the other end of it, though, I guess my feeling for her, like, I have mixed feelings for her because I feel like you have this man who is doing so much. Like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't
What
you
does she
doing
do?
something? Yeah, like, why don't
She's
you
playing
have a
instruments in the house.
platform? Yeah, like, you're like, that's weird to me. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be dating a guy who's making
Yeah.
6 figures a month, who has a huge platform, and I'm not building myself up
Yeah,
using
you
that
have to.
platform.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and then
It's
even,
almost
yeah,
like pimp psychology. The pimp raises
yeah,
he's better than she is. So the whole relationship, she's
exactly.
looking up to him, like aspiring to be on his level. Like, I
Right.
don't know, maybe she's a housewife. They have kids. I
That's
don't
what it
know, but
seems like. It seems like, yeah, they do have kids, and it seems like she's a housewife. But even
yeah.
with that, it's like this man has millions of followers. And you mean to tell me you didn't make one business venture off of that? Like, you
Nah,
haven't
she never
done
showed her
nothing?
face until what,
Yeah.
last week, this
Yeah.
week,
That's
and
weird
that
to
thing looked
me.
staged to me. Did that look staged to you?
No, it
It looked
looked
like
like
they
it was super
rehearsed.
last minute. It was super last minute. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah. It was.
seemed kind of rehearsed.
Oh,
Now, what
you
she
think it
did,
was rehearsed?
I think they probably did a little pregame speech before that. And I think at least she probably was out of it, but I think he was like, okay, so we're gonna say this, we're gonna say that. You nod your head on that. It looked a little organized. But then the one she put out recently, when she's just mumbling, I couldn't even watch that whole. I'm like, what are you
I
talking
know.
about?
Yeah.
She was just spitting all these like Bible scriptures, and she looked spaced out. She didn't look too
She looks numb, right?
yeah.
It looks like she is
She's
used to
embarrassed.
it.
She's
She's
humiliated.
embarrassed, she's humiliated, and she's like, I love this man so much, so I have to help him, like, get out of this situation. That's what it more so seems like. But I don't know, I just feel like, what are you doing this for? Like, even if they were gonna, I feel like they should take this publicity, and like she should use this to like build something for herself.
What, a
Instead of just
VH1
like
show? A reality
something.
show?
Some, like, all right, he has most of his followers are females, millions of females. You haven't come up with a clothing line, a makeup line, a nothing. Like, you just
He's got
haven't
all of
done
that.
nothing.
He's got all of that. He's got the clothes. He's got the books. He's got all the quotes.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't.
thinking to myself, like, I couldn't be that woman. Like, I would want to have something for myself. Like, you just have to. Because then now you're in a situation where this man has done all this and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah. So did
You're
you follow
forced to say.
Tasha K?
No, who's Tasha K?
Okay, so that's the lady on YouTube. She's like a big
Oh, the
YouTube.
one that dropped this, yeah, the story,
She broke a
yeah.
story. Now she's broken another one. There's another girl saying that in the videos where he's always doing these videos in the car. And that was the first suspicion. I was like, hold on, this nigga don't never go in the house. But he's in the car, and the girl says the house you see in the back with the arches, the pillars, that's my house. Now anybody can say this, but this is what she's telling, the Tasha girl. So it's a second female that's come forward. So I'm like, are they gonna drag this out like one by one? Is it gonna be a pattern? Because it could be. I mean, this dude is popular, like you say, millions of black women, millions of women, period. They love
How do
this
you
guy.
how do you feel about all the women coming out as well too?
So is this one, two? So
It's
it's two
more
so
than one.
far?
There's a few.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, there were yeah, there was a
But
few.
that's the one that talked to Tasha. It's a couple of them.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit messy, and I feel like you knew what you was getting
Yeah.
into. You knew this man was married. Like, you knew what you was getting. Now you want to expose him. Like, I just feel like that's so corny.
It seems like the first girl says that he blocked her on social media, and that's why she like out of spite, she just decided to expose
Yeah,
the whole thing.
they're all doing it out of spite and for clout. And for me, it's just like that's super corny. Like you went into this relationship knowing your position, knowing where you stand. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now you want to out him. Not saying that he like is it like not saying he didn't deserve to be outed, but it kind of just almost feels like y'all corny for that. Like if
So
I'm
you
the
think he's
side
gonna
chick, I'm
bounce
the
back?
side chick.
Play your role.
Yeah, play your role.
Everybody know their position in life. People gotta be familiar with who they are. Like, know your lane. You know, if that's what it is. That's what it is. Now, you knew that before you opened your legs, and you better.
Exactly. That's my whole thing. And now it's like, oh, now we're telling on him and this and that. And it's just kind of like, y'all corny for that.
Yeah, it's the new trend. I guess it's a slow week, and it's just the trend, and everybody's just trying to.
He
It's
should have
like,
known better.
do you think he bounces back from this thing? Because you're obviously as a black female thing, you're still riding with him. I haven't seen too many women be actually with that message. That's why I'm asking that.
I think it's going to hurt him, but it really all depends on how because he's getting a lot of publicity, even more than what he was getting before this situation. And so I think that he could utilize this to make more money for sure. Like, I don't know if you watched the video he had on Facebook. He tagged a book. He's like selling another book now about him and his wife. You know what I'm saying? So like now he's trying to
already?
Yeah, him and his wife have a book together about getting over infidelity and stuff like that.
That's just what makes me think it's staged. Now hold up, this book was already written?
Yes.
This book was already, because there's no way you write a book and publish it in a week.
Exactly.
So this is what I'm talking about with that stage shit. Does that seem staged? Am I tripping?
No, it does seem quite staged because like y'all dropped the book and then now all of a sudden all these stories about you cheating her out. So it could be staged.
I'm going with that. But like I said, my whole thing was it was just the hypocrisy. But like you say, he was running game. It worked. He taught a lot of women. He put a lot of people on. Now it's like the pattern in all these women is getting a little T.I. and Tiny-ish.
About can we touch on that for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I've had a couple videos on that. And I know some people are like, yo, well, conspiracy, T.I., politics. And I do think it has something to do with his relationship with Lance Bottoms to a degree, because the girl Sabrina that outed him is cool with some other lady that's running for office down there. But T.I. and Tiny was nasty. I always knew they was nasty. I have been hearing about that for years. And then the drugs they've been caught with are the same drugs these girls keep saying that they took.
I mean, that could also be a coincidence too, though, right?
But when you get caught with Molly like 3 times, and I actually found the article, I posted it and pinned it in the channel. I said, yo, I don't want to believe it either, but damn. You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, but they're basically trying to say that they were on some R. Kelly shit.
A cult, yeah. But what it is, from what I heard, these girls would see these girls at like clubs. Tiny would rally them up. Tiny was kind of
on
like
some R. Kelly shit.
Tiny was like the in control of the stable, and they would pay these girls. Most girls said they got like 2 to 3 bands, and it was an agreement. The problem is prostitution in most states is illegal.
Right.
In Georgia it is. And come on, Molly and Coke and all of this stuff like that, that's the problem. But it was consensual.
That's what I was going to say. From most of the stories that I've seen and read, it does seem like consensual relationships that they were having with these women. So I'm a little bit confused as to like what the problem is. Like if you guys knowingly accepted the drugs, you went there, you knew what you were going there for, you know, like what's the problem?
Yeah, why wait till one girl? She testified that something from All-Star Weekend 2005.
Right.
Like, why wait till now to say that was 15 years ago? 15. Now you want to say something? How 2005? I was 15. Now she wants to say something. Like that's the thing that gets like. There's a football player, Deshaun Watson. I don't know if you know about it. If you keep up with sports, black quarterback. He never had any blemish on his record. He demands a trade. Now 16 women come forward saying that he sexually assaulted.
Wow.
After he pissed off the owners of the team. And the first woman who came out forward was a neighbor of the owner. I'm like, this seems kind of shady. You know what I mean? Like this
Yeah.
guy, this guy's never been arrested before. Now I'm supposed to believe he assaulted 16 women, and I don't want to be dismissive of it, but it's just like,
Yeah. Because like
you know,
like the Bill Cosby situation completely just threw us off, right? It was just like, whoa, not Bill Cosby. You know what I'm
so
saying?
now nobody gets benefit of doubt anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's
Yeah,
just like,
everybody.
okay, it could be anybody. Like R.
Yeah,
Kelly, we knew since the
oh
Aaliyah situation,
yeah,
and we just like completely ignored it,
yeah.
like
Because
dumbasses.
we was stepping in the name of love and all
Right,
that. We was
right,
dancing and
right.
shit. We didn't care. But
Yeah,
it's like,
which
come
is
on, now you're guilty until proven innocent.
yo, that whole R. Kelly situation like boils my blood so much. Like we have to do a video on that and talk about that because
Oh, okay.
I'm like so annoyed by that whole situation. But yeah,
They won't
Derrick
even
just
give that man his flowers, man. They were talking about Usher versus Chris Brown. I said, damn, y'all forgot about Robert Kelly.
yeah.
All right, but yeah, we could definitely do that. But yeah, I just wanted to get a woman's perspective, a black woman's perspective on this Derrick Jaxn thing, because I've been seeing all these crazy stuff. And some of
I
these girls
know.
like
I
paragraphs in
bet
the
you
comment
most of those
section.
people probably weren't even following him. I feel like everyone just on the internet
Yeah,
just wants to have a freaking opinion. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's the
There's no
trend. Yeah,
way. Yeah,
it's
you
the funny
followed
flavor
this
of the week.
guy and the information he gave you was valid and it worked. And he ends up in this situation and you're like, oh, we just need to cancel him. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
I think most people knew of him if you're internet savvy or whatever, you be online.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, especially as a dude, I never watched maybe more than one or two Derrick Jaxn videos. So to me, it's just kind of like it's funny, but at the same time, like I said in my video earlier this week, I don't wish no downfall on this guy. I'm not sitting there like, yeah, that's what that nigga get. And the hell with him. I be seeing some of the dudes is like,
They
you know,
go they
I'm
hate not black
yeah,
men, just men in general dislike this guy.
yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, like I said, the hypocrisy and all that. I called them out on that too. But the hustle at the same time, I understand, man. I respect the hustle, even though I don't necessarily agree with the content. You know what I
Right.
mean? If that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I'm not here to drag the dude
I
either.
mean,
I
but
think
what
that.
was wrong with the content though?
I mean, you liked it. Y'all like it
But
was
wait, hold
women
on.
based content.
Why don't black men like well, we have to touch that for a second.
Let's go. Let's go.
You have this man basically empowering women to know the signs when a man is not really into you. What is that to dislike? Like,
I
why
don't
is a
think it was that
man?
part. I
What
think
part is it?
the part that bothered us was the fact that it felt like from us. And like I said, I'm not a diehard fan. I wasn't watching many videos as you did, but it just felt like his whole thing was put us down and just shit on us, his own
That was
demographic.
not it.
That's what it looked like to us. That's what I'm saying. That's what it comes off to us. It seems like this guy just shitted on us and just made himself look like he was Mr. Perfect, squeaky clean,
I think he
and
was. All right.
like
So,
dirty macking. It felt like dirty macking. You know what I
oh,
mean? When a guy just shits on the next guy so he can get that guy's girlfriend, it kind of felt like that.
okay. Okay. I can
Yeah.
actually see it from that perspective. But was the guy a shitty guy? Like,
Hold
if
up. No,
okay, let me.
it could be
Do you
that. It
cheat?
could be that.
Do you cheat?
I have before, yeah. I know that's a new thing. Black men don't cheat, the hashtag, but yeah, I have before. Like, see, I keep it a buck. I'm not up here acting like I'm perfect. Like people be like, "Oh, I never got." No, you know what I mean? Like we got to stop that. We got to be honest with you know what I mean. The more honest y'all are in your relationship,
See,
the less
I feel like
bullshit.
the men that are cheaters are disappointed with his content. But if you
Because he's
are
giving away.
yes, but if you are a faithful black man, then you will probably agree with most of what he's saying.
Yeah, and shout out to the few brothers that was faithful, that was believing in this. Because now they like, damn, I've been following this brother for how many years, thinking I'm doing these brothers are holding out strong. And the whole time they role model and their mentor he was living his life like normal. So
Where now they're probably like, man, I think I should not.
fuck it. Yeah, yeah. Now they're like, fuck it. They got their stem check too. They're like, yeah, we
Yes.
about
Oh
to go
man.
somewhere.
I mean, what I'm
Yeah.
hoping for, I hope Derrick and his wife, I wish them nothing but the best. I hope that this is something that they could work out. Do you think they should stay together?
Yeah, I think that's another thing I wanted to touch on a little bit. I think,
Yeah.
and not to get, I don't know all the problems to anyone's relationship, but I just think people give up on their relationships too much. That's your wife. That's not some girlfriend. That's her husband. That's not some boyfriend. I mean, it just depends. You know, how long you've been together. Y'all got kids. Y'all got a big house. Y'all got, like you say, he's very successful. You want to leave all of that behind? Would you want to leave your man? He got, you
Yeah.
say 6 figures a month. A lot of these
Yeah.
girls talking shit, but they would not leave their man if he was making 6 figures a month.
See, that's the other thing. Like, y'all hypocrites in the comments too, because most of y'all been cheated on with guys who offered less. You know what I'm
Guys who fucking
saying?
work at McDonald's.
Guys, y'all was taken care of. You
Niggas
know?
that work at, yeah, niggas that sleep on their mama couch. You know what I mean? They
Exactly.
the ones, yeah, and they go right back to them, you know? So it's like, and no one wants to talk about themselves. It's all about talking about other people
Exactly.
in the public. So it is what it is. But yeah, I guess they should work that shit out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%. I mean, it's messed up what happened. It seems like that he's trying to make it right. They did drop that book. So it
What's the
maybe it
name of
was
it? You know the name of it? Not to promote it.
no.
I just think that's crazy. This shit looks staged. They did a book.
Yeah, they
There's
wrote a
no
book
way
together.
y'all write a book and publish it in 1 week.
Maybe it was something he had out already. And I'm
What
not
what
even
what
sure. I'm
what's
about to
the
look it up
date,
right
the
now.
release date on that? Okay.
I'm about to see right now. He's selling it for 50% off right now.
Oh yeah, he definitely know y'all. A lot of y'all are bad. Not you, but take a look. See, you're a free thinker. A lot of them, they're group thinkers. They're not gonna understand that.
At all.
Yeah, but the wolf have to take care of the sheep.
Let me
This
see
is
his most
crazy.
recent book. The last book on relationships he did in 2018, and
Oh,
it's
it's been a
called
while.
Don't Forget Your Crown.
Okay,
This book is called Heal Together. Actually, let me just share my screen with you.
still together.
Yeah, it's this book right here. Let me see. When did it drop? I know it has to drop recently.
1795.
Yeah.
I need to get in the book business. Damn.
I know it's new though. I know this is new because I haven't seen him. Maybe he was talking about it, but I haven't really seen him talk about it until this situation happened.
Perfect marketing. Yeah, this dude, like I
A
didn't know
cheating
he was.
man's
Yeah.
heart.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, look at this, man. I still want it.
Yeah.
Look at the titles.
It's
I
a
still
poetry
deserve it.
book.
And you said you never read any of these.
No, I never bought any. I actually wanted to buy this one, but I don't know. I just ended up never buying it. I might buy it now though.
Yeah, black people need to stick together, man. Black women, man, work that shit out with your man.
He might be
You know what
dropping
I
some
mean?
jewels.
Yeah, man. We give up on each other too quickly, man.
So
And
it
if that
came
is his
out
first slip up,
it came
what
out
you say?
February 26, 2021. So it was something that they
Oh
had
man.
already dropped. Well,
Okay.
no, they maybe they did stage this. It literally
Yeah,
came out a month ago.
that's what it's looking like to me. Because I'm like this, and then the like I say, these are like press conferences, these conversations in the living room that they putting out there. That looked like no disrespect. You remember when Kobe cheated on Vanessa?
Yeah.
We forget about that now because he brought it a big. Remember there was the press conference and Kobe had Vanessa at the press conference. That's
Yeah.
kind of what this reminded me of, like him holding her
Yeah.
hand. Yeah, he's holding her wife's hand and she just looks devastated or whatever, and he's just eating that humble pie. Like that's what this
So
felt like.
what I think might have happened is that the book sales, it doesn't look like this book was really doing that well
Okay, there you
because
go.
it he didn't start really getting reviews on it until this whole cheating situation came out. And the
Now
book
he's
was
getting
out
five
already a
star
month.
reviews.
Yeah. But then like if you look at his other books, they have like 3,000 reviews and like 4 or 5 stars. So I don't know.
Staged. This is looking kind of funny. Yeah, I love a good marketing strategy. This looks staged. Like I say, I'm not trying to dismiss, because she even looked like I say, it just I'm not buying it. And I just felt like if the average woman was dating a celebrity figure and found out like on demand he was cheating, like, you know, like the way people thought she did, I think she'd be a little bit more upset or a little
Agreed.
bit more devastated. She didn't seem that bothered to me. But yeah, this shit does look staged.
This is a really bad way, though, to publish your book or to get your book out there. What do you think? Or do you think it's going to
They
work
got
out in their
kids?
benefit? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing for the kids. Other than that, I like a good marketing strategy, but other than the kids,
I mean, do you
but
think,
yeah,
like, if they didn't have kids, do you think this would be like a really good marketing strategy?
yeah,
I
because it's
guess so,
working.
right?
It's
Yeah.
working. It's working. It's working. It might be dirty down and it's working though.
Yeah.
You know, I never seen all these memes about him before. He's like the most popular black man on earth right now.
Right.
You know what I
That's a
mean? That nigga like
fact.
Obama out here.
I
Yeah,
know.
you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I just wanted to get a woman's perspective on this because I've been hearing all these everybody got this to say. So I said, let me hit up Alex, see what she got to say. So I appreciate you doing this video with me. Yeah, we're gonna do that R. Kelly thing one of these days and break that down also.
Yes, I'm ready for that because I got a lot to say about this R. Kelly situation. I'm very upset. And I feel like a lot of people have been avoiding having this conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to talk about it as a community. We need to talk about when these things happen and stop allowing these things to fester to the
Yeah,
point where they just get blown completely out of proportion. And I'm so tired of Black people feeling like we need to protect these celebrities just because they're Black. You know, we need to
yeah,
vote for someone just because they're Black, right? No matter what their policies are, you know, they're
yeah,
Black, vote them in. You know, no matter what trash they're selling us, they're Black, buy it. I'm so tired
yeah,
of that. We need to start holding
yeah.
people
But
accountable
see,
for what they're doing.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as much as because I'm a free thinker, you're a free
Yeah.
thinker. You know, we're not. Most of our people, unfortunately, are group thinkers.
Mhm.
So it's like what we just saying, what you just said. A lot of that stuff I repeat, it goes on when it comes out. But a lot of them is just like, and then they're gonna do nigga things. You know, more niggatry. That's that mindset. So I mean, you
I've
can't
been
save everybody.
I've been canceled so